Hey guys, it's your girl Marvette from Opulence Manor, and I wanted to do this really quick video and show you guys how you can turn some Dollar Tree wine glasses into some extra income while we're all on quarantine status with this crazy corona. Okay, so as you can see, these are simple Dollar Tree glasses that I got from Dollar Tree for $1. So standard wine glasses. I also got these little glasses as well. I'm going to do something with them. But basically, you can take Dollar Tree glasses and etch them into custom glasses. It's all about being creative, using what you currently have at home, or maybe spending a little bit of money so that you can get the necessary materials so that you can turn around, flip these glasses, and make some income off of them, okay? So I normally charge $15 for one glass or two for $25, okay? $15 for one glass or two for $25, but of course you can set your own pricing. So let's flip around to the workstation. Okay, so you have to have your workstation area set up. My advice is make sure you just have a clean area that you can work off of. I got this mat probably from Dollar Tree, got some goggles from Home Depot. You will need some Armour Etch. You can get a little tiny thing of Armour Etch to get you started, but I highly recommend if this is something you think you're going to do long term, then invest in a bottle of Armour Etch. I get mine from Michael's. I only purchase it when I have either a 40 or 50% off coupon because that bottle right there is about $40. So I need my discount off of it, but it will last a very long time. So we have some Armour Etch. We also have some craft sponges. We have some vinyl, some transfer tape. So here's the thing. I definitely made Mia's name with my Cricut machine and cut out her name on the vinyl and attached it. However, if you do not have a Cricut machine or a Silhouette or a Cameo, none of that, then what you can do is utilize other stickers. And these also came from Michael. So I got these from Michael. They do have letters. So if you cannot do custom letters and you don't have a Cricut machine right now, do not despair. You can buy a set of letters that are reattachable. They're re-stickable vinyl. So I'm in my kitchen, and this is my craft wall where I store all of the stickers that I tend to use on a constant basis. So as you can see, these are all re-stickable. You can use them over and over again. And I've had some of them for a minute, and I promise you. And you can always make them re-stick as well. And then you see on this side, same thing. I just have some images and some stickers that I use on a regular basis. And then I also stick my transfer tape and everything back up in there so that it's in a quick, easy location that I have access to. So the etching is not difficult. It's not difficult at all. Once you put your image on, you actually want to have blue painter's tape. And as you can see, I have covered all around the edge of the sticker with blue painter's tape. Same thing on the other side. And I reversed it when I pulled out her name. So I've had a couple of people say, how do I get the name that way? Well, you just take the name off, and there was a gray square behind it, and I pulled her name off of it. So that's essentially what you're seeing is the opposite of how you typically would see vinyl attached to something. You want to make sure you get any air bubbles or anything out, because anything that this etching cream touches, it is going to leave a mark. So even where I can see those little bubbles at the top, before I put the etching cream on, I am going to go back and smooth that area out. Now what you guys won't see me do is actually take the etching cream and put it on here. Once I put some etching cream on here, I'll kind of give you guys, I'll show you exactly how much etching cream that I put on. I typically use, I also, you know, got this little plastic container, comes in handy, got it from Home Depot. What is that? I don't know what that was. You know, either sponge, and again, these are just crafting sponges I get from Michael's. I use the small one, and I primarily use this one. And I'm kind of just dabbing the etching cream on it. So let me pour some etching cream on here so you guys can see. You don't have to use a whole lot. As you smooth it out and use it, you actually want to wipe it off and put it back in the bottle. You don't throw it away. You smooth it out, let it sit there, and then right before you're ready to rinse, I will take all the excess etching cream, smooth it out, and put it back in the bottle so that I can use it again. Okay, so I poured some Armour Etch out, and as you can see, it comes out really thick and smooth. I'm not sure if you can see this in here, but it comes out really thick and smooth. It does have a slight little odor, so it's acid, so don't put your face all up in it and be inhaling it. I will put on I do have a mask and everything, the painter's mask that I get from Home Depot or Lowe's. So I typically wear one of those when I'm working with the etching cream as well. But for the most part, you know, all you're going to do, I'm going to try and do this and film at the same time, or at least do a little bit of it so that you can see what I'm doing. I don't want to accidentally let anything drop and then I mess up my stuff that I'm doing. I said I was going to smooth those little bubbles out, but they're not, the bubbles that were in her vinyl are not near the edge, so we're actually fine. So I'll take some of that on there and literally I glob it, as you guys can see. You know, don't overthink this. I make random designs for the most part. Now, they can ask for something specific. If they start getting too specific, then they need to pay extra. Ain't nobody got time for all of that. So all of my little glasses are all just custom made. You know, they can tell me they want their kids' names, and, you know, if they have specific words and things that they would like on it, then of course, you know, I can add that. But the most efficient way that I do this is that I will sit here and do, now this is a glass that I'm actually working on for a client. Otherwise, I would sit here and probably do, say, 10 glasses at one time and put the sippy cup word on 10 different glasses, add some flowers, add some butterflies, go ahead and kind of pre-do the glasses all at one time. So then I got 10 glasses that are pretty much ready to go, and the only thing I then have to do when someone places an order is to add the name. So then I'm not sitting here spending, you know, 30 minutes, because if I got to let one glass sit, you know, I got to let the other glasses sit. So it makes it a whole lot easier if I kind of pre-prep and do 10 glasses at one time and, you know, put all the designs, whatever I'm going to do, and do all of that all at one time. And then when someone places an order, then I can just go in and add that person's name, and, you know, I could be done in 15 minutes and they can come and pick up their glass. So it makes it a whole lot easier. Okay. All right. So we make sure that you have etching cream all over everything. And the etching cream is not really going to run because it is thick. And because it is thick, it means that I'll go ahead and put etching cream on the other side. But to do this, I need to be holding the glass, so I need to stop the camera. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I put etching cream on the other side as well. The directions will tell you to leave it on there for, I don't know, maybe a minute. It might say 45 seconds. I like my etching cream to be a little bit more etched. So on average, I will leave it on here for about a minute and let it sit. The other thing I typically do, which you guys won't see, we're not going to sit here and film it just sitting around waiting, is on the bottom of the glass, I will put my business logo, which is 1619. That is the name of my company. So I will put 1619 on the bottom stem part, and I do that on all of my glasses. I put something on there that's special. So it'll say 1619. It may say thankful. It may say smile. It may say grateful. Just, you just want to give your buyer a little something extra so that they feel like they got their money's worth. It's about going above and beyond for the buyer so that you can get repeat buyers, okay? The goal is that everyone that buys a product from you, and this just isn't for these glasses, because clearly this is not my primary thing. I'm just trying to show you guys how I pay Georgia Natural Gas every month with just a couple of clients, okay? So, but nonetheless, those clients are just as important to me as a buyer who's buying a $400,000 house from me. So do a little bit extra, give your clients a little bit extra, okay? And they will refer other people to you. It's as simple as that. They will refer other people to you. I've had somebody refer enough people to me that she's gotten a whole set of custom glasses at no additional charge. Why? Because she enjoyed her glasses and she refers other people to me. So keep that in mind, because this is about customer service. And again, I'm just going to let that sit there for probably 2 to 3 minutes max, and then I will rinse it off. I'll show you this because I'm not going to film when we're rinsing, but do not rinse like that if possible. If you have a sprayer, try and use the sprayer and really get down there and rinse it off, because keep in mind that wherever that acid goes, now when you're rinsing it off, it's not going to, you don't want to rinse it and allow a piece of it to stick somewhere else, because it's going to make a mark. It's going to make a mark. So make sure you do a good job of rinsing it off. And we'll be back. Okay, guys, so you can see a few minutes went past and I have wiped most of the Armour Etch off. And then I will let it sit here for probably another minute. Now keep in mind, when you're wiping the Armour Edge off, you really want to use very light strokes. Don't press too hard. You don't want to accidentally lift up the vinyl and then some Armour Etch gets up underneath of what you just worked so hard on to put on here. So be very careful when you're kind of smoothing. You're really just trying to lift up that top layer. And then I lift it up and I put it back in the Armour Etch container, because you can reuse it. So don't just rinse it. Don't leave that big glob on there and rinse it off and down the sink, because again, the Armour Etch is what? I think that Armour Etch was $44. The price has gone up. I think it used to be like $29. And when I went in the other day to get some, it was $44 before my coupon and my discounts. And make sure you guys have signed up for the Michaels discounts, Hobby Lobby, Joannes, all of them, because they take each other's coupons. And sometimes Michaels may have, 40% off, but Joannes has an additional 25% off and a $10 off coupon. And guess who takes everybody else's coupons? They'll take the other competitors' coupons. So keep that in mind and make sure you maximize and use every single coupon, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get this rinsed off and I'll be back. So I've rinsed everything off, and I want to show you guys this real quick if you can see it. On the M, you can still see where the vinyl is at. I haven't pulled it off because I wanted to show you how tiny those pieces are. So make sure when you pick your font and you're picking letters, that you don't do things that have super thin lines and, something comes off and then it's just too thin and the Armour Etch gets up underneath of there. In this case, you know, we're good, but I wanted to show you also that when you're putting your vinyl and stuff down, make sure that you don't accidentally pull these pieces up, because then your lettering is not going to look the same way that it looked on the computer. So you guys can see where that vinyl was originally at, and it kept the Armour Etch from getting on there. So just keep that in mind, that as you're going through the process, make sure that you're paying close attention. So what I will do is I will finish her glass out. I need to add some other, it's not the finished product, so I need to add some other designs and some other images and wording and everything to it, and then I'll come back and show you guys the final version. I think you guys will be pleased with it. But nonetheless, this is a quick, easy, super easy crafting project that you can make to earn money while some of you guys are quarantined. You don't have to be super duper creative or have drawing skills. You can use all of these different, you know, again, go and buy some from Michael's. They're reusable, re-stickable. I don't know, they in aisle 9 or something. They'll tell you where they're at. They have Martha Stewart brands, but I think this is another brand as well. So they have a ton of them. So go and check out Michael's. I will also include a link to my Amazon page. Some of the items, because I have tons of them. This is my craft junk drawer. So as you guys can see real quick, you know, here's the difference. I don't have to go and create all of this on Cricut. I ordered some of these off of Amazon. Some of them I got in Michael's. But again, a ton of them have different wording and stuff on there. So don't overthink the process. Spend a little bit of money. Go and get some designs. As you can see, you know, there's tons of different little designs in here. And let's make some glasses that you guys can sell and make some money. Now, me personally, I don't ship glasses anywhere. It's too much of a hassle to worry about it getting broken. So I only do glasses for people that are basically in Metro Atlanta, or as far as making, because they're going to have to meet me somewhere, or they're going to have to come and pick up their glasses. Otherwise, it can be something that you guys can do, again, to earn some money while we're dealing with this craziness out here in the world. Do not let this process stress you out. Don't let Rona, as we call her in Decatur, don't let her stress you out. So here's the reality. The situation is what it is. Some of us are going to live and thrive and do fantastic things, make a ton of extra money while all of this is going on. The rest of you guys will be somewhere like, woe is me, and I don't even know what else to tell you at that point, because I'm just not a woe is me person. So I will come back, share the final product with you, share all the links, show you where you can order everything, and then let's hustle. We got to hustle. Get out here and make these coins. We cannot sit around and wait for crazy Trump, and y'all know he's crazy, and the rest of the Senate, Congress, none of them buffoons, to send anybody a check. Make your own check. Okay, I'll be back. Super quick, here's the next image I'm about to add to the glass. It's going to be beautiful when I'm done. Same scenario, guys. You can see I've wiped the Armour Etch off. I'll let it sit on there. It's already been sitting, so I'm about to rinse it off. And did the same thing with the butterfly. So we'll see how this wonderful thing turns out. Okay, so we're back and we're still adding to the glass, but I wanted to remind you guys to make sure when you are using the blue painter's tape, cut it in half. This painter's tape will go a long way by you simply cutting it in half. And then make sure when you put the painter's tape around the edges that you are pressing down, press down, so that you have a nice smooth finish, so that none of the Armour Etch gets up underneath of the blue tape. And then also make sure that you're pressing down on whatever image you're putting on here as well, especially when you're using the re-stickable ones, because after a while they will lose their stickiness. And if they finally get to a point where they've lost all of the stickiness, I've just thrown them out and ordered new ones. There is some re-stick stuff you can spray on them, and I'm sure that it works. I have not tried it, not for this, so I would definitely just, you know, at that point, you've gotten thousands of uses out of it. Just go ahead and buy a new one. Okay, let me show you this real quick too. Also, when you are dabbing it and putting it on, you're just doing a light dab. Just a light dab. You don't need to press hard. You're not rubbing it on. It's just a very light dab. That's it. Okay, guys, we're down to putting on our last image for the most part. And what I did not show you guys, because this glass came out fine, but let's say you do something and you accidentally, it bleeds. There's a little bit of etching cream that came over. It's not super obvious, but nonetheless, you want to correct it. Well, I always use hearts, teardrops. Maybe I add a flower to something, and I just kind of overlap where the error was at, so that when the person gets the final product, it doesn't look like there was ever a mistake at all. It just looks like it was a part of the design. So I say that to let you guys know, if you make a mistake, do not throw the glass out. Figure out if you can fix the glass. Figure out if you can add something to it. Maybe you need to add a butterfly to it, add something off, off the end of it, before you just completely give up on a glass and throw it out. So you can always attempt to fix it. Now, sometimes it can't be fixed, but a lot of times, again, I'll add on, say, like this little flower right here. I may add something like that onto the very end, just to give it some character. But also, if I've had some bleed anywhere, then it definitely will hide the bleed I'm looking for. So even like a little flower like this, I have a sticky somewhere that I don't know where it's at, but it had like 3 different hearts on it, and they were 3 different sizes. So I would do these upside down hearts to again, but as I've gotten better, I haven't made those types of mistakes. So, but again, keep in mind that you can do something extra so that you don't have any errors, and you don't have a wasted glass. I know it's $1, but $1 is $1. Okay, guys, we are officially done. I hope you guys can see her final product. So she has some flowers on here. The back of her glass says hope, cheers, beautiful. Her name is Mia. It also says live, because I want her to live her very best life. So I do try to also figure out if there's stuff about that individual person that, I incorporate into the glass as well. And then on the very bottom of the glass are some flowers. So I will go back in and add the 1619 to the bottom of the glass. But other than that, the glass is done. It normally takes me about, we'll say, from start to finish. And I did this glass as a completely separate glass. But from start to finish, it would take me about, we'll say, I could do 8 glasses in 30 minutes, because again, I'm going to pre-cut all of the stuff, have everything cut out, ready to go, so that I can, in fact, kind of do it, like an assembly line, and it makes the process a lot quicker. So, keep that in mind as well. It's not a hard, long, complicated process. Ladies and gents, because I know there's some gents out here, this is just another example of a quick, easy craft that you can do, that you don't have to spend a ton of money to do, but that definitely brings you a good amount of return. On average, I make an extra $100 a month off of doing custom wine glasses for people. And I promise you, I'm not trying to do 50 million 11 glasses. I just don't have time. But I'll do a few, and guess what gets paid every month? Georgia Natural Gas. It's going to pay Georgia Natural Gas or Georgia Power. Some of y'all didn't pay your light bill this month, so you really need to be out here doing some crafting. I tell everybody one of the best investments that you can make as a woman, and especially if you're a single mother or a stay-at-home mother and you definitely need additional income, is to invest in a Cricut machine. Invest in a Cricut machine, or if at this point, if all you can get is a Cricut Air, get a Cricut Air. If you can afford the Cricut Maker, then get the Cricut Maker. They now have the Cricut Joy, which I just purchased. But use that and figure out how to make some crafts that you can turn around and sell, and then you can always go and upgrade. So all the products and everything that I used, I will share them, the link below. Once I post everything, the link below will take you back to my website, and on the website I'll have all the links to all the different products in the whole 9 yards, so that you can definitely go and purchase everything. So everyone, stay safe while we're out here having to deal with this pandemic. It's completely crazy. But we've been through a whole lot as a people to begin with, so we will make it through this bullshit. Oh, I don't want to say BS because I want my sponsors to be happy with me. We will make it through all of this as well. If you guys have any questions, any suggestions, you'd like me to do something else, show you guys something else, then by all means, just let me know. I'll show you this real quick and then I'm gonna let you guys go. So I will use these glasses, which I probably got from TJ Maxx, Marshall somewhere, and I'll turn them into spa glasses. So the same etching that you just saw me do on the mugs and on the wine glass, I will also do on this, and it will say relax. It will have the person's name. Again, maybe I spent $6 on the materials, and I'll put some bath salts in there. So that's something you could do, a wine glass and, one of these, and sell the whole kit in caboodle for $30. And maybe you've come out of pocket $10 extra for the materials. And you got to include that in the cost. So you can put some bath salts in here. Again, custom etch it, and that's something else that you can sell. I'll show you this real quick, but it's dark in here, so you may not be able to see. And this is just one little area where I have glasses. I have a whole storage area downstairs. Mugs for fathers. I do a lot of mugs for fathers, okay? So don't think you can't sell to fathers as well, because you definitely can. As a reminder, get your money. Here's a little trick I learned. Get your money up front. When you sell this product, sell it as a digital download. I don't care what you provide them. You provide them some kind of digital download. Why? Because if they receive the digital download, guess who ain't getting their money back? Period. I've had quite a few glasses where, I did glasses up front, and unfortunately the people did not pick up their glasses. So, I got stuck, and thankfully it wasn't a ton of them. But I've also heard stories, of course, of people saying, hey, I paid, people just didn't, or, they got their product and then they dispute the little, the amount, and PayPal wants to give them their money back. Well, I'm not fooling with all of that. So what you're actually ordering from me is a digital download. I will send you the PDFs of your name as the digital download, because I typically am going to custom make their name and then add all of the other stuff to it. And even if it's not crafting for this, just something to keep in mind. But again, if you guys have any questions or anything, any suggestions, then by all means, let me know. I hope this helps someone, and I will see you guys on the next rodeo.